Okay.
Nice.
Check. Okay.
That's taco.
Taco. So I wanted to do this time, I guess, to talk about what happened in the morning.
Yeah.
So I guess we don't have to go into like super details. It's like general things,
Yeah.
like general principles that I think are important and things that I think we should kind of like reflect on.
Yeah. AKA, I need to reflect on.
No, I never said that. I think we both need to reflect on. So I think in the morning I felt unloved and disrespected.
Well, to start with my
But maybe not have to share that.
my own.
Uh-huh. I don't think you have to share the details about it. Unless you want to. I'm not doing it.
You don't have to?
No. I think we just have to share like I think we just start with, okay.
We made a promise.
Not a promise.
We made plans.
Yeah, like we made plans.
Okay.
Like we made plans to do certain things, didn't happen, right? And then I felt very unloved and disrespected, right? And I think I do want to keep it a little bit general because I think feeling unloved or disrespected happens often and happens with almost infinite number of circumstances it can, right? And I think what happens after that feeling of disrespected or feeling unloved or those things, I think is what you can do in light of what had happened. I feel like that part is like the most important part, not really like what happened, right? I don't know. What do you think?
Maybe we say we made plans and I showed up late.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's good.
That gives a little context.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
And so, I think like I felt very unloved and disrespected, and I was like, I had feelings, and I was like, oh, I want to like pull away from you, and I want to put like distance away from you, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's just like my like
your gut reaction, kind of.
my immediate reaction. Obviously, I shouldn't listen to those reactions, but I think that's just kind of where my mind went or my physical body went. And then from that point on, I did my morning devotionals, and then I prayed, and then Jesus met me.
Mehmed. He mehmed.
She met Jesus met me.
Not honey, he mehmed.
Yeah, because I was like reading about the Pharisees and how the Pharisees were watching to see if Jesus would heal on the Sabbath or not. And I felt like I was kind of doing that too. I was like, will my wife do it or not? She has many times not done it.
Yeah. They say I'm late often.
And then I think I was kind of like seeing if you will do it or not. And then I don't know, I just felt very like convicted by that when I read the Pharisees doing that. And I think it comes from like moral high ground of sorts where I'm like seeing, is she gonna do it or not? And if she doesn't do it, then now that gives me grounds to Wait, what is that?
Oh, Papa.
Oh my god. Emotionally.
Well,
Yeah. Never physically.
well, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, physically. Emotionally. Oh, whoop. Oh, you have never like lifted your hands to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go to jail.
Mm.
Yeah. Um yeah, so I felt very like, you know,
Mm.
like moral high ground, and just emotionally it just gives me rights to be cold to you or withdraw and just kind of like, you know, put distance. And I've done that in the past too, you know. And so I felt like this time around I was like, okay, like I feel rebuked by Jesus and convicted by him to not be on a moral high ground in any way. And I think one of the things that I've been trying to process through is also separating performance with love. And regardless of your performance, um, or anyone's, but particularly yours, I think, I want to just show constant love and steadfast love and affection. And I think I could still communicate like, hey, when that happened, I think I felt disrespected or I felt unloved. I think I could communicate those things while showing steadfast love, you know? And I think there was a part of me where I was like, I have to withdraw love to show my baby. Like to show you like how serious it was for me, right? That I really don't like it when X, Y, and Z happens. But I feel like that's not very effective. I mean, I don't know, you know. So anyways, I was like, okay, like I feel this way and I think I need to still pursue you. I still need to love you and I still need to, because that's what I committed to do. And so I was like, okay, feeling rebuked. And then I approached you and I hugged you and I just showed affection. And then, you know, like I apologized and I like kind of shared like, hey, I felt disrespected when that happened. When in my morning devotionals, felt convicted, and I just want to say I'm sorry for doing that. And then um, that process I felt like was pretty like, and then I did that, right? And then I felt like that was still kind of not enough. Like I felt like you were still a little sad still by that. And then I was like, okay, let's go get coffee. Which I think that like made it way better.
I'm so materialistic.
You're not materialistic. I think that's just the way that you like receive love, you know? And you know how much it pains me every time we buy coffee. A $10 coffee.
Maybe that's the point. I think it's like
You want me to experience
you're no, you're
I had to
willing
pay the cost.
you're willing to invest and pursue something even though it's like something painful or not painful but something that you don't particularly enjoy just for the sake of my enjoyment. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like for me it's like the version of like buying flowers. Like you're just spending money for something that's going to die and wither. It's kind of a waste of money too, but you still it's like the gesture.
Yeah.
I think that's how I feel.
Yeah.
When you buy my coffee.
Yeah. And I know like I feel like I was like sharing with you in the morning that the like the spiritual repentance is very important. The emotional affection I think is very important. Because I think like there's been in the past where I would just like stand off. I'd be like, I'm sorry. Right. But I feel like that doesn't work as well as me like holding you, you know, showing you a lot of affection. And then I think that completes it all is to buy you coffee. Because I think then it adds the physical element of
Yeah.
like
Something
nourishment,
tangible.
something
Yeah.
tangible. I don't know. Do you feel that way?
Yeah. I feel like you just made a trinity, like spiritual repentance, emotional affection,
Mm.
financial investment. Or financial gesture.
Financial sacrifice.
Act of service.
Yeah.
There.
Financial
We'll make it that.
sacrifice.
Financial. I was offering. Oh my gosh. We made a religion.
Financial tithing.
Yeah. Oh.
This is start of a
This is a
cult.
sacrificial lamb. Yeah. Whoa. And so you repent and then you burn the lamb. You burn the sheep. It's like but in our modern days, burning the coffee.
Yeah. Roasting the coffee.
Roasting the beans. See, it's you roast. It's so
Wow.
It's perfect.
Wow. That's
Wow.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
See, it's like the repentance.
Uh-huh.
And then you pray, you show the
Mhm.
affection, right?
Uh-huh.
You use the words, you
Uh-huh.
pray.
Yeah.
That's the offering.
Yeah. All
It's
right.
modeled after.
Okay. All right.
Anyways.
Moving on.
Yeah. Anyways.
So yeah, I think it's like emotional affection is good. I think emotional connection seems like a better word that resonates with me.
Mic drop. It's good.
Yeah, mic drop.
It's gonna catch all my silliness.
I love it because people don't see that part of you.
Okay.
I think yeah. So I think emotional connection is really important. Spiritual conviction / repentance, and then physical sacrifice, sustenance, investment kind of thing. And because I think the reason why I also wanted to process this with you is because just how quick the turnaround was. And there's been moments where like there's some withdrawal, whether it's on your end or it's on my end, and it'll go for like a day, right? Especially when we were living together, it'd be like harder.
A
And so
week,
it would
yeah.
go a couple of days. I don't know, about a week. Has it gone a week?
I guess like when we talk like 2-3 times, I think sometimes
because sometimes it didn't get resolved. Oh,
Yeah.
especially in the beginning.
like we talk after like a couple days, and then we had to talk about it again in a couple days.
Yeah, I
But
remember
then,
that.
yeah, it'd be like a week. Like
Wow.
sometimes I feel like in the beginning it was like 2 weeks. No.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
like let's talk about it again next Saturday, and then next Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember in the beginning of our relationship.
That was like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I
we would,
think.
and then we would like each time we would talk for like a long
like
time.
3-4 hours.
Yeah. I've been trained.
Yeah. 미수고.
Yeah. And then now, today, it's like less than an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it out.
My baby's been AI'd. Or I'm being AI'd.
Yeah. And I think like the conversation or the interaction that might have caused like a 2-week conversation, and like in that space would not be particularly like a happy time either, right? It's like it weighs on you.
Yeah.
And it's like it weighs a lot on you. And even while I'm working or I'm like with other people, like that's what I'm thinking about. And like our relationship and like what we're gonna do and things like that. And then I think today I was like, wow, that was like, it's like if there was like a record for best time, it would have been today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I felt like that was pretty cool. I don't know. What do you think?
That was a big achievement.
Yeah, I guess that was it. I felt like I had more to process about that.
Because you're a good husband.
Thank you.
And we're a good team.
How did you feel about like just throughout that process today?
I think I did feel like it was so quick to the point where uh, as I was getting to process the tension, like we were resolving it. So I feel like the time for me to like, be more aware and like, it's brewing, and then it just feels like it went like it's just like the foam on the surface just got like wiped out. And I was like, I expected more, and like I think that's why I kept doing the like checking and nunchi buying, because I was like, well, like, is that it? You know? And I think we worked well. I think overall, if I give myself a little credit, I think it's because we both played our different roles well. But I think I also want to acknowledge like that you played a bigger role, a much bigger role. I think I really appreciated how, like, I think even before you meditated, and I was kind of like, why did you go talk to the cat and not me? That's when I sensed it, but I didn't immediately connect it to the time thing. So I was like, oh, he just walked out and closed the door and started petting the cat affectionately. And then I got no kiss, no hug, and no good morning. I got upset, and then sinfully I was like, that cat needs to go. And then I opened
It's spitting.
and then I opened the door. And I was like, why did you play with the cat? Like, you play whatever, whatever. And then I think that's when I noticed, usually if you're playful, you're like, oh, I love you and stuff. Or you're like, eh. And I was like, oh, he's feeling something. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I shouldn't press further. And then I could tell you were like trying to process and have space. I was like, okay. And I sadly went to wash myself. And I think that's when you came. And then you were in a state where you're like, I knew you were frustrated with me, but you were saying you're still like approaching me and you're trying your best to be kind. So you're like, oh, good morning. You sleep well. You still hug me. And you're like, how do you feel about the conversation? Because I had a tough time last night about my own personal thing. And so you're like, how are you feeling about that yesterday? I could tell you're pursuing. And then I was like, oh, yeah. And then you still kissed me and left. And I was like, there's still something like an emotional wall. And I think that's why you went out to meditate. And I came out and we QT'd in silence. I was quiet and silent. And then I got ready. And then while I was getting ready, I came out. And then you were in the bed. And you were sleeping. And I think I was like, just gonna sad dog walk away. And then you were like, come here. And I was like, yes. I'm ready to take it. I need meme. And then instead of meme, my baby said, hi baby. I just wanted that to rhyme. But basically you hug me, and then I think that gesture, I think I told you that earlier, was like so manly. It was just like, come here. And I was like, yes. Even though I was to blame. You're like, will you forgive me? And that's why I think at first I was like, huh? Like, what are you talking about? And you're like, can you forgive me for being frustrated? And I was like, oh, he was so frustrated. So it was the first time I processed both. Wow, this is the extent of how he's frustrated, and yet he's reconciling too. Like, it was at the same time. Me fully understanding how you're feeling, yet you were already resolving it. Yeah. And then you're like, I don't want to, like love it. Should I share that part?
Sure.
Yeah, just like basically you were saying like you love me as I am, regardless of like whether I like do well or make mistakes or things like that. And you're just like, I love you as you, and I'm sorry that I got frustrated. Well, I made a mistake, and you just loved and accepted me, and I think that gesture was the biggest, like, I would say, wall breaker
Mm.
of you, like, breaking that wall and tension.
Mm.
And then I think that was the biggest piece. I think, like,
More than the coffee.
I think, yeah. I think that was at least, like, 60, 70%. You approaching me and, like, calling me.
Mm.
And then I think the hug
Mm.
was, like, I don't, like, and the affection.
Mm.
Probably, like, I don't know, like 20%.
Mm.
And you, like, love and kiss me.
Mm.
And did, like, another layer on that.
Mm.
And then I think when there was, like, a little bit of residue of, like, okay, I think we're okay,
Mm.
but it feels still not fully complete.
Mm.
I think that little, like, cherry on top, like that
Mm.
closing moment
Mm.
was when you're like, okay, how about we go walk and then I get you a coffee before you start your day. And I think that just filled whatever, like, brim I had left. That's what it felt like. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's very interesting. I feel like because I do see it in progressions. I'm like, okay, if you're at a 0%, which at the moment I didn't think about it in percentage.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she's at a 0%. Okay, what is the first thing that I need to? It's like, it's almost like coldness to warmth. It's like
Yeah.
being ice cold to
Which
warm.
is interesting because you were the one who should have had the right to been like, I'm gonna be cold. But you were warming me. So, such a sweet husband. Oh, okay, anyways. So manly, so sacrificial likewise. Push me before his own.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I realize this is podcast. Yes.
It's okay. Okay. Yeah, I think I think that initial, I mean, I wrote like my reflection on that too. It's like I do believe that if there is reconciliation, I think writing that post about that, I think really solidified it for me more. I think I've always believed it. And then when I studied the passage about the asymmetry of the husband's call is weightier than that of the wife. That's my own reading of the passage, and people can disagree about it. But I think it is the husband's responsibility to initiate the reconciliation, to initiate the affection, initiate those things. And so I think I really felt that. I was like, I think that, this is the time, if there is a time to live out that verse in Ephesians, like this is the time to do it. And then when I did it, like if you're at a 0% of like warmth and it's cold, right? Then I think like the reaching out. And what's really very funny is that when I was reading the passage this morning, it was was it the leper? No, it was the man with the withered hand. Yeah, so he was reaching out, and when he reached out, he was then healed, right? So I kind of was like also thinking, oh, it's my call to reach out my hand, and I think if I reach out, then I will be healed, or this relationship will be healed. I'm probably looking to the passage too much in that thought, but the Holy Spirit used it, and so I like reached out. And then I think that initial reaching out is actually, that's not, I don't know if that's the hardest, but I think that
It's one of the
it's
big
it's
moments.
costly, and you go, and then because like in my mind, there's like, I'm like, well, clearly, like,
yeah, like I should be saying, coming to you and being
or
like,
something like
how
that.
are you?
Uh-huh.
Sorry, something like that.
Yeah, so I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, she should be, whatever, Actually, not that hard. Like she should be, but it's like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, and if you saw other people, you would say, oh yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. And so then I would go, and then I would reach out, and then I'll hold you, hug you, kiss you, tell you that I love you, and then once that happens, I think it starts like warming up a little bit.
Yeah.
But it like takes time. It's not like, okay, I'm done and now
Mm.
she's better.
Mm.
Like it takes time. And I feel like
Maybe 20 minutes of suffering.
but it's like 20 minutes compared to 2 weeks. It's like nothing, right? How much percentage decrease is that?
Yeah.
But it's a lot,
Yeah.
right? And so, yeah, and then I think I think that approach and that affection is really important, and that initial just reaching out of the hand. I think that part's really important, and then um the God-given or God-graced endurance and the perseverance to see through it. Because there's been times where I would start the initiation and then I will pull back. Because
I trigger.
yeah, like maybe I didn't feel like your response was like as nice as it could be. And I feel like I extended the olive branch. I feel like you weren't respecting it. So I'd be like, okay. And then that's what it would cause longer conversation to happen. But I think this time I was like, okay, like I think I also thought about like what's gonna happen if I don't do this? And then it's gonna be like, man, I already shared with you, like, why would I want to spend another like second or moment just being separate or like being distanced from you? Like that's like such a waste of time. And I think that also played into my mind. And so I was like, okay, I need to like keep going. Like I need to persevere. I need to endure in this. And then I had to apologize. And I think the apology was like, hey, I was frustrated and I think I said, hey, I was frustrated and I wanted to apologize because I guess I reacted out of my frustration rather than choosing to show you love or something like that, right? Even though I feel like on your end there was something that was done, right? But I think still, even on my end, there was something that I could apologize for and should have apologized for. And I think really like going to God and reading the Bible at that moment, it's like really important. Because I think once you read it, like you can't
flat
like
out like
yeah, it's just like you can't hold it for too long. It's like as you're reading it, you're like like what am I doing reading the Bible right now? Like I should go and reconcile. And I like I feel like God is saying like, well, Jay, I'm glad that you're reading the Bible. But what's the point of reading the Bible if you're not reconciled to your wife? Like if you're not good with your wife, like, and so I think that's another like thing that kind of pushes me to. But anyways, I think the apology is really important, right? Not necessarily out of like, yeah, just maybe stemming from reactionary rather than choosing your response to love. And then and then the coffee thing was kind of like the cherry on top. And I feel like each is like percentages and percentages and percentages until like you feel and we feel very restored.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask you, like, what do you think? Because you're usually really good at like pursuing and initiating and like reaching out, and I think today more than ever, you usually do this really well. And then also though, I think today I felt it even more of like you just coming and approaching me without like I didn't feel like you were straining or like kind of like in pain, as in pain. I know internally it's just as hard. And at the same time, I feel like you had another level of like warmth and like just like even when you're being affectionate, like I joke, like it wasn't AI. I just felt like you gave me, you're like really like warm. You like gave me a lot of kisses. It wasn't. Especially even like in comparison to that other moment earlier in that morning, in the span of an hour before, when you're like, oh, how was good morning? You know, how are you feeling? And then compared to that, like I felt another layer of warmth. So I was like, oh, I was gonna ask you, like, what do you think like fueled that? Like, and it must have been like, it sounds like it was conviction.
I
Yeah.
think the asymmetry stuff happened, but I
Mm.
think it was also because our conversation the night before.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh.
I think I think the conclusion at the end of the day,
Mm.
at least for me, was um, trying to separate love
Mm.
from performance.
Mm.
And like I am learning that I think in my own life more than ever, like I don't have to earn love,
Mm.
especially by you or God. I have nothing to prove to
Mm.
anyone. I think that's kind of like the
Mm.
conclusion that we drew yesterday.
Oh.
And I think that's like I was like after the conversation
Mm.
yesterday, I was like, wow, that was just like really helpful for me. I
Mm.
think it was like maybe comforting for you,
Mm.
but I think that conclusion of like, oh, that actually makes sense.
Mm.
Like I don't need to earn love. I don't need to perform to receive love.
Mm.
I think I am loved, right?
Mm.
And I think when I thought about that, and today, I was
Mm.
like, well, if that was a conclusion that I got to yesterday, and sure, Brie might have made a mistake, or
Mhm.
and I'll make mistakes too, right?
Mm.
She might have made a mistake, and if I'm gonna stand by what I'm learning or what God's teaching me
Mm.
in this season, and if I hold this against her,
Mm.
then I'm essentially loving you by your performance.
Mm.
And so I think that was another thing that really kind of like pushed me or
Mm.
motivated me
Okay.
or kind of led me more to
Mm.
you.
I guess it was more fresh because we just
Yeah.
talked about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that conversation last night too was also interesting because
Mm.
I remember I personally felt really grateful and happy that something that I struggled with and you speaking in my life, ultimately also you were like, wait, I actually feel encouraged while telling you that for
Mhm.
myself
Mhm.
regarding the performance thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, like they say it's really twice the like amount of the weight you carry together, but twice the victory and blessing. And so
Mhm.
I really felt that yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, wow, it's not a one way always, like you give one, I give one. Like
Mhm.
you give and like we both experience so much
Yeah.
like freedom and
Yeah.
the truth.
Yeah.
That was very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that was very interesting to me too.
Mm.
Like usually I mean you've comforted me like so
Mm-hmm.
many times. And I feel like you comfort me way more than I comfort you. I
Mm.
feel like there's like a handful of times.
Mm.
But I feel like yesterday, like when I comforted you, like I
Mm.
listened, empathized, and then
Mm.
kind of shared what I was thinking.
Mm.
Um, but it's essentially the message that you've been giving
Mm.
me all this time,
Mm.
which is that Jay, like you don't need to have a lot of money. You don't have to do this or you don't have to be that for me to love you.
Mm.
I think that I think I was just like saying what you just told me.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so, but you're right. I think it was very, I think that's how like discipleship also could be. I mean,
Mm.
not that I'm
Mm.
discipling you or
Mm.
anything, but there's been many times where like when you try to like show someone or like
Mm.
remind the other person
You're
of the
speaking
truth
here.
and just like kind of
Uh-huh.
speaking to
To
yourself.
yourself. That
Yeah.
is true.
Almost like that.
Yeah.
Um,
That's interesting in that context. I was like, whoa.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think maybe we don't have to process this now, but I think like separating my worth and with love, I
Mm.
think is like a huge thing.
Mm.
I think for me,
Mm.
I think just with you've you've seen me struggle with comparison. I think all the root of it all has to do with earning and trying to be, I guess, seen by the world or in some way. But I think I'm letting go of that more and more. And it just brings like so much peace, so much contentment, and I guess more love for you too, right? And so, yeah, I feel like the thing that really expedited today's reconciliation was that message, I think, in my mind.
And your reflection of the word.
Yeah.
Yeah. You played the biggest role.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
it.
Yeah. And then I think also you too, like, I think there is a huge part to say about receiving the olive branch well, right? Like, you could still reject it and be like, it's not enough, right?
just received one. You know what's so funny? My passage today was Psalms 23.
Oh.
The Lord is my shepherd. He makes me lie in green pasture.
Yeah.
It's like just receiving and being kind of, right? Just resting and being protected.
Yeah. Beautiful.
That's what you did.
Thank you. My baby cry.
Make him go back in. They're gonna dry.
My baby cry.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you were a tangible, you helped me tangibly experience that today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you've helped me to experience that many times.
Yeah?
Yeah. Countless times. That comfort when I feel super anxious.
Yeah.
And just in my head about like so many things. Yeah, you've definitely been there for me and comforted me. And comfort to a man is like taboo, you know, but you let me be vulnerable and receive that over and over again. So I think that's why I can show you comfort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of my proudest accomplishments. When I was reading all your posts today, I was like, wow, to have a husband who writes about me like this, I'm living well. I'm doing something right. Yeah, and I was like, this is like one of the greatest blessings that, you know, I didn't force you to write it. Like, it's just something you genuinely felt unexperienced. And yeah, when I read it, I was like, wow, this is so precious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad. And I love writing those.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just my reflections.
Yeah. I know. Amazing.
Well, anyways, I want to keep talking, but we have to go drop off the gift to my friend's house. But
I didn't say the name this time.
That's good.
I'm learning.
Well, thank you for letting me process today. I appreciate you and I love you. And any last words?
I love you.
I love you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.